everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So, of the more talked about topics on the internet these days, one of the most talked about is, of course, the upcoming, hopefully soon, casting of the Marvel Studios Fantastic Four remake that is going to be coming to the MCU within the next few years. And now we might have a little bit more news about when and if we may hear some casting news on this film. Marvel Studios has no shortage of projects on its plate for Phase 4, which is rumored to be closing with John Watts' effort of Fantastic Four. With Marvel's first family now officially under the Disney umbrella after the merger with Fox Studios, the hype is building quickly to see this team in action alongside the Avengers and the MCU's finest. With no release date currently set for Fantastic Four, it will likely be a long time until any story details come to light for their first MCU outing, although that time frame won't stop fans from formulating ideas. Additionally, with Watts, who has directed all three of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Spider-Man films, currently being the only name attached to the project, this movie is one that sees as many, if not more, fan casts than any future outing with Marvel Studios. Odds are already out for which actors will take on the four iconic roles, and multiple major stars have spoken at length about the possibility of filling those roles when the time comes. Even with so much discussion around this movie, Marvel's top man did his best to temper expectations on when this type of news would come out. Marvel Studios president Kevin Fiege spoke to Entertainment Tonight about the upcoming Fantastic Four reboot with a specific focus on casting the lead roles. When asked if there will be any news on the Fantastic Four selection front, Feige admitted that he doesn't think it's soon, quote unquote. He looked ahead to upcoming gatherings and fan events now that Marvel movies are returning to theaters, remaining optimistic by saying that he hopes to release more news sometime in the near future. He says, quote, "I don't think it's soon. You know, this is our first red carpet event in 2 years because of the pandemic. We'll see what happens with upcoming gatherings and fan events where we can release more news. I hope sometime in the near future." So he's being a little vague here, as Kevin Feige is one to do. And to be honest, you know, it also sounds like he's talking a little bit out of both sides of his mouth a little bit. Like he's like, well, I don't think the casting is going to be anytime soon. But at the same time, he's like, maybe sometime in the near future. So it's kind of like, what can we believe here, Kevin? But I mean, he's obviously holding his cards close to the vest. Or close to the chest, however you want to call it. But obviously, the rumor mill has been going around for a long time about who's going to be playing in the Fantastic Four. Obviously, most fan castings want John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, the married Hollywood couple, who obviously have hit great success with the Quiet Place franchise, and of course in other films as well. Emily Blunt, Edge of Tomorrow, John Krasinski with The Office, and many. They both are basically A-list Hollywood actors at this point. They are obviously the two frontrunners in fans' eyes to be the lead roles of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman in the Fantastic Four film. As for, Johnny Storm, I've heard, Zac Efron, I've heard a lot of other different, and obviously with The Thing, I've not really heard a whole lot of fan castings for him in particular, but I think whoever Marvel Studios cast, I think they'll be just fine, because one of the lesser celebrated roles in the MCU is the casting director. The MCU has done a great job of casting actors to fill the roles of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Sarah Haley Finn, I believe is her name, is the casting director of the Marvel world. And she also obviously does a great job with casting other film series as well. But if you see her name, she is, attached to all these films that most people enjoy. And so if you ever see her name pop up, you know that it's probably going to have been casted very well. So, I mean, she's done an absolutely great job so far. So I trust Marvel Studios to cast whoever they feel is right for these roles. It may not make fans happy if they don't go with John Krasinski or Emily Blunt, but you know what? A lot of fans thought Heath Ledger would be horrible as Joker. Back in 1989, everybody thought that, Michael Keaton couldn't pull off Batman. He was a comedy actor. So, we just don't know until we see the role played out on film. So we just have to be patient and just wait and see what these studios have in store for us. As for when we could get the news, I mean, it just all depends on when this movie's even coming out. This article speculated that the movie could be the final film in Phase 4. If that's the case, we just started Phase 4 in the MCU this year with WandaVision on Disney+. So, well, yeah, I think that's the way it started. It was either that or the Spider-Man film that came out with Far From Home. But anyway, so we're just now getting into it. So we've still got at least probably 2 years of the phase at least. We already know their plans through mid-2023 at this point, when it comes to movies at least. We still don't have all the release dates and stuff for their TV shows, but we still have all the shows that they're going to be releasing. We know all those titles at this point. So Fantastic Four is coming. Much like the Blade movie, we know it is coming. We just don't exactly know when it is coming down the line here. I feel it's probably going to be 2024 at the earliest for Fantastic Four. Blade, we still might see at the end of 2023 if everything goes well. But it sounds like the Fantastic Four film, and it makes sense, to Fantastic Four 2024, right? So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and of course we're going to be getting X-Men and all these other things that we've yet to know when the release dates are going to be. But I think, Fantastic Four obviously is going to be coming soon, but at the same time, not so soon after all. So everybody just be patient. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the Fantastic Four casting? Is it going to be coming anytime soon, or are we going to have to wait another year and a half before we really start to get news on that? Please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.